Hey, hey. All right. So, Aquarians, let's go ahead and jump on into this. So, Aquarius, this could be a really awesome week, considering that we may have a star known as T Aurora, excuse me, T Corona Borealis, which is known as the Blaze Star because it tends to go supernova every 80 years. It could erupt this week. And so that could be kind of a fun extra thing to think about. But also, we have got that partial solar eclipse happening on Saturday, and that could denote kind of a timeline shift, an end of an era, beginning of the next one, simply because this is also the last in the eclipse season under the Libra Aries axis. So, with that in mind, let's just kind of see what have we got to think about for this week. And we've got the Strength card sideways, strong Leo energy. It could be a week of ebb and flow where sometimes we're really strong and sometimes we could gain strength from someone else. It could be a week to collaborate with others, to find that, delegating is better than always having to lead everything ourselves. It could be a week where we actually express to a lover, a partner, a friend, like, hey, can I get some help on this? What do you think about this? I could use your advice. I need a shoulder to cry on. Can I come over? It might be a week to show vulnerability a little bit in order to strengthen ties. We've got the Eight of Swords. That could be a really tough thing for this Aquarius, to be a little bit more vulnerable. There could be something that Aquarius finds they're kind of nervous about, it's scared about, and it could have to do with, can I trust this person? Can I lean on them a little bit? If it turns out that I realize I can't, then I may have to let this one go. Okay, so this could actually be bonds will be tested this week, and Aquarius might decide certain people are not the ones I can rely on. I was worried about it for a while, but let me just find out. Let me, honestly answer to myself. Am I worried that I don't think that this person is the one that would have my back? If that is the case and they really don't have my back, then maybe it's time to let this go. Maybe it's time to look at the things that, I'm afraid to. But on the other hand, if I keep giving my energy to someone that I don't think I could trust to have my back, my life will probably blossom way faster with me letting them go. In fact, maybe I don't need, the perceived support from someone who doesn't really give it anyway. In fact, maybe I'm way stronger than I've given myself credit for, because I've been doing without the support this long already, but pretending that I had it. This looks like a week to have no more pretenses. Aquarius, this is Aquarius sitting there as an empress. This is amazing energy. This is powerful. This is, nope, I feel really good about myself, my abilities, and I recognize I've always had my own back. I am really empowered. Queen of Pentacles. Holy smokes. This could be impacting every part of Aquarius's life in a beautiful way. I know it starts out kind of like painful or bumpy because there could be some relationships that are tested and they don't turn out to be strong enough. But other relationships, maybe the one with ourselves, turns out to be way stronger than we gave it credit for. Work relationships, friendships could change. There could be an unexpected amount of respect, support, and genuineness that comes from a Queen of Pentacles in our life. Or this could also be like a realization that, wow, you know what? I've been really blossoming, growing, and creating abundance for myself without another person's help or support. That means I got it. That could even be, let's say, sometimes we have realizations about the career path that we have too. And it's like, wait a minute. I just realized they need me. I don't need them. I've been the one bringing in the customers. Wait a minute. I don't need to stay here. I am actually the one with the ideas. I've been giving them my business ideas. Why don't I just give those to myself? Why don't I open up my own thing? So this could be a branch off of, I'm able to create this myself because they weren't really there to help me anyway. Or again, about romances and about relationships. Like, I don't really need to pretend that this is an equitable relationship when it actually isn't. I've been okay all by myself, and I am more okay than I've ever been, recognizing that. And dang, think of what I can do now that I super focus my energy here, and instead I give my energy to other people that genuinely want to contribute. So we could have a change in partnership this week, a change in business relationships this week. certainly an internal relationship change. Three of Pentacles, I definitely feel like it's not just about a personal relationship for Aquarius. I think that they will literally connect better and differently to another person this week. And this could be business, or this could be new friendship, or this could be new romantic partner. I mean, it sounds like, wow, this is a quick, like revolving door. Okay, out with the old, in with the new. But when it's over, it's over. A 10 of Swords is like, that's all she wrote. I'm done with this. I've seen it for what it is. It hurts more to stick around and hold on to something that isn't really yielding what we want. And as soon as we realize that and go ahead and sever those ties, we might immediately meet somebody else who's like a great fit, a great match, immediately find new friends that we really get to, like, I feel like there's an explosion of growth here. Or again, maybe we could say a supernova of ideas that come, and just kind of fill our tree of life with this whole new branch. Sometimes plants do a massive jump, so imagine our tree of life suddenly making this huge growth spurt, whereas before it was really, like, I'll use my houseplants as an example. Some of my houseplants needed to be stepped up into the next size pot, like a 2 inches larger. And I can see when they're straggling, when they're unhappy in the dish that they're in. And as soon as I stepped them up, oh my God, it was like, it's kind of like Little Shop of Horrors, like Feed Me Seymour. They are getting enormous. They made such a huge jump. And I just feel like that's what our character is going to have happen for them. We have got the Two of Pentacles and we got the Two of Cups. Okay, huge jump in everything in Aquarius's life. This at least starts the ball rolling in that direction. Inner peace followed by possibly meeting like the one, the person who genuinely matches. I want to chuckle because I cannot tell you, no matter what deck I use, no matter what storyline we're reading in the last week and a half, I swear like 80% of the stories have a focal point on a Two of Cups relationship. It's like the time for choosing the right union seems to be what's on every character's mind right now. I'm ready for the real union. I'm ready to connect with my real person. I'm ready to connect with people that I genuinely connect with. That's what I'm ready for, universe. The reason I think characters are ready is because they're leaving behind old patterns, old relationships that were stagnating them, that were not truly on the right path for them. This is characters letting go of anything that wasn't working. I mean, Aquarius, it certainly is. And the second they do that, they embrace what does work and where they were supposed to grow. And they're having this massive growth spurt, but also a lot more balance in their life. Definitely money, like getting paid more, could also suddenly happen seemingly overnight. The workload that they have, suddenly they're being much better compensated for. And having the support system of a partner who like shares in the, I'll say, the struggle. I don't know, this feels like a romantic partner that is seemingly blossoms out of the blue. Could also, it could be a business partnership first that then Aquarius realizes like, oh my God, we're not just doing business, are we? I'm picturing right now, I'll give a very specific scenario because this is what's in my head. Let's say Aquarius decides not to continue working in an industry because they're not really getting the support from a boss, and they have that realization. They're taking my ideas, not the reverse. So I could do this better on my own. So I'm going to freelance. I'm going to, consult. I'm going to offer my talents. And immediately I have a client. The client pays me well, pays me better than I ever got paid at my 9-to-5 job. But that client also, like, it opens up a doorway where me being in their world, their business suddenly booms. They want me for a lot more projects. We turn into people that realize we work really well together. In fact, this clicks. Like, I can't believe how amazing it is that I met someone that we both have such a mutually beneficial relationship with each other. And to top it off, there's an emotional bond growing. This feels like my other perfectly resonating half. So it could be like a business relationship that then kind of like, it becomes pretty obvious that this is more than business. this is a genuine compliment to my energy. Now, does it have to become romantic? No, but this has long-term implications that feel like two people have found what works for them. They feel like they're home to each other. So could it be relationship as well? Oh, absolutely. Nine of Wands is here. There's I don't know if this is a different note, by the way, but this is like Aquarius might also tap in a little deeper to something to do with their ancestry this week as well. You notice how we have the ghostly feminine standing behind our character. Now, this is normally a wounded warrior card, and I feel like this is somebody like throwing off generational wounds, and it's going to heal like an entire family lineage. You notice how it's like I'm walking away from this disappointing experience that maybe my ancestors went through also. I'm the person who breaks that chain and I heal things for my ancestors because I consciously am choosing to stop giving to connections that are holding me back or martyring myself, or I'm the one who's changing everything from myself here on out. So all of the progeny that I have, they won't have to go through what I did. But also my ancestors, they're like, oh, we can be at peace now. You changed the formula. Good on you. It just feels like this is really, really big. And I almost think that maybe our character is going to be tapping into that. Maybe Aquarius is going to sense like there's a different sense of peace coming into them this week. Hang on. This almost feels like we should talk about like some kind of spiritual gift that's coming in. Astrology and past lives. You're being called to explore past lives to discover how the past is affecting current emotions, situations, and behaviors, so one can gain a greater understanding. We have astrology. Being called to explore astrology to gain deeper insights revealed by planetary positions for a deeper understanding of this soul's journey. That pretty much just says exactly what we just said. It's about the ancestors, it's about changing the ancestral lineage, and then it's about making life progress in a different pathway. I feel like this Aquarius might be really interested in finding out where their North Node placement is, because the North Node, which is what I actually care about way more. I don't care so much about sun signs. I don't really feel like mine, even though I'm a double Virgo, I don't never feel like it describes me very well. I care more about moon signs, or particularly I care more about, intrigued by, I'll say, South Node and North Node placements, because the North Node in our birth chart is kind of like the direction that we're supposed to be evolving into, whereas the South Node is kind of what we were born into this life with, that was the old lessons, the old comfort zones, the things that we'd already achieved from a past life. So it's where our comfort zone is when we reincarnate or are born here. Not even sure that I agree with the whole concept of reincarnation, but I think it's beautiful. I like it. It gives me more food for thought. But it's like, why do we have a tendency to want to be in a comfort zone? Lots of times our comfort zone is not necessarily where it's best for us. It's the comfort zone is like, okay, I've got this baseline. This is what I do well. This is who I am. But I love the idea that if we believe that there's a North Node and it's what could be uncomfortable for us to grow into. So like, let's say somebody had been in a past life very good at like being a part of like a system, and they were kind of like the quiet, I work behind the scenes and I contribute to the greater whole. That's where a character would be comfortable in this life. But what if in truth, particularly in this life, they are meant to lead, and that could be really uncomfortable? But you notice that's kind of what the storyline here was for Aquarius. They realized, wait a minute, why am I working for a company when all the ideas are mine and they're not really supporting me? So it's like they pay me for a paycheck, but why am I not running the company when these are my ideas that I'm giving to them and they're not really like paying me what I'm worth, or they're not really supporting me? Why don't I just go off and start my own thing, since this is my stuff anyway? And I feel like the discomfort of, okay, wait a second, that would mean I have to lead. All of a sudden our character kind of forgot to feel uncomfortable about shifting from working behind the scenes to being the leader and being the independent, because it kind of got a little bit fed up. And I'm thinking that is a part of this story. So anyway, that's why I brought up North Node, South Node. Check your birth placements, figure out where your North and South nodes are to know what other placements to watch for. Like my North Node, it happens to be Leo. And I'm an introvert and by nature, that's where my comfort zone is. And Leo is definitely not an introverted energy. So apparently that's what I need to learn about. All right, you guys take care. Thanks so much for being here. Lots of love. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up. Bye guys.